Dam. And I was like, what? I don't want to destroy Hoover Dam. And it was just like, I had to follow what Yes Man said because it was the only ending I had left, apparently. And I was locked out of all the others. So I ended up in an end game I was completely uninvested in. I found it hard to care there at the end. Like, I didn't even loot the Legate's big fancy sword because I was like, I'm finishing this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So I don't know. I definitely it was very disappointed in how that ended. Even like I understand there's DLCs, but like even the thing with Yes Man, there was no closure. He was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go upgrade into something." Game over. Like there was even the ending I got didn't have closure, so that was weird. I'll say like followers in the game. I found Boone, Dog, Eddie, which I never was able to solve a single quest for Eddie. What is it? Raul, which I talked to one time, but then I found out that if you swap followers, they like drop all of the old gear that they were holding, and so it was like very arduous to do that. So then I never swapped away from Boone. I don't know that I found anybody else. I don't know who else could have joined you. So that was unfortunate. Eddie takes a bit of legwork to unlock all his stuff. Lily? Oh, I did run into Lily, yeah, but I never like grouped up with her. Everyone's a sociopath in the post-apocalypse, yeah. If you want a better ending with NCR, you need to work with more. Unfortunately, the game doesn't explain that well. There's also Cass at the big statue outpost. I don't remember who Cass was. There's a follower you can get at the old Mormon fort. You chose the bad ending in a game and are surprised you got a boring ending. Yes Man isn't a real ending. It's a catch-all if you screw up your rep with everyone else. But I didn't screw it up with everyone else. I had, like, these two I was fine with. Again, Powder Gangers, Brotherhood of Steel, Boomers, Great Khans, and Caesar were all, like, evil people that attacked me first. And then they were like, just kidding, bro. And I'm like, no, not just kidding. And then Mr. House, like, he was threatening me, so I attacked him. But, and then, like, the other two, like, these two I was on good terms with, but then, like, I was forced to fight the NCR. So, I don't know, it was weird. Like, I guess I made some choices that just, like, forced me into an ending I just really didn't want. There are only 3 main factions. A new player would not know that. Like, as far as I understood it, there's the Powder Gangers, the Boomers, the Brotherhood of Steel, the NCR, the Followers of the Apocalypse, the Great Khan, Caesar's Legion, Mr. House, and the White Gloves. Which I totally just didn't. Oh, that was another thing. The casinos in Vegas, the ones where you had to check your guns at the door, even though they gave you your guns back when you left, it undid all your hotkeys. So I hated going into those casinos and did it as little as possible because it kept wiping all my hotkeys out. That was really, really frustrating. The ending of the game is basically NCR, Legion, and you. I did not know that. Had no way of knowing that. It's supposed to nuclear wasteland America, guns rather they say hello. Yeah. Anyway, you know, I realized
Let's
that...
rock!
Chico always interrupting things. I realized that part of it is just because of the decisions I made along the way, but it ended up being a very unfulfilling ending. Like, I didn't even care by the end of the game. It was really unfortunate. Like, Fallout 4, it was very clear. You know, there was the Institute, there was the Brotherhood of Steel, there was the Railroad. You know, there was very clear factions you could go for. In this game, there was like 9 factions, and now you're telling me that 6 of them don't matter. So it was like I played Fallout 4 all the way through, I think 3 times, just because I enjoyed it so much to see all the endings. But this one, let me see. Yeah, 179 hours. This one was, you know, just because of the... Dude, wrestling with the crashing on top of all that other stuff that I just mentioned, like, there's no way I'm going to do the DLCs for this. How do you not know that, though? The final quest, tell you who to fight for? No, so, okay, so like I said, I took out certain factions because they were attacking me first. I took them out. Then I had a quest that said, bring the chip to Yes Man. So I was like, okay. So I brought the chip to Yes Man. And he kind of made it sound like if you know, he would do whatever I said. He was a yes man. He would do anything I said. But then he just started going off the rails. He's like, go blow up the dam. And it was like, you are now past a point of no return. And I was like, what? Why are we blowing up the dam? You know, like stuff like that. Like it did not make any sense. Hey Mug, day 4th of coming to your streams. Are you going to give New Vegas another chance, making it works the real game? Captain Cello, I just beat it. I just finished it. We're talking about it right now. I'm just doing post-game thoughts. You might could reload a pre-Hoover Dam save and try to get the NCR ending to side with the people you like. I could. I don't have it in me anymore. Did you meet the Boomer faction? Yeah, they shot me like 20 times with like a mortar howitzer thing. And I died over and over and over until I managed to zigzag through all the shots and get to them. And they were like, hey, just kidding. We wanted to see if you were special. And then I hit them with a hammer. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I had to reload the game like 9 times because you guys were shooting me with this thing. So, yeah, I took them out after they shot at me repeatedly. Did you accidentally get recruited or willingly? Recruited for what? They have a damn good storyline. Well, it started with them shooting at me, so I fought back. I think there's also a Minuteman ending in Fallout 4, but the annoying Preston quest always made people didn't check it. I think the Minuteman ending and the Railroad ending were like the same one, but it's been a while. Because like Institute was very different, and then I think Minuteman and Railroad had overlap, and then there was Brotherhood of Steel with the giant robot. Are you going to go back to V Rising? Not planning to right this second. I fully cleared that game 2 times. I don't really have it in me to do it a 3rd time right now, so not at the moment. Once you get to Vegas, your rep resets with everyone and wants to do stuff for them. I had no idea that happened. Your rep resets with everyone? No, there was no indication that I saw that that happened. This is the first I'm hearing about that. It's kind of like I was really surprised to see the Legion at the end because I took out Caesar. And I was like, wait, I thought you guys were done. Did you never walk into Vegas? No, I had to go into Vegas. I went into Vegas. Because you had to go in there to get into the casinos. Pretty much most factions of all games recruit you only because you were doing random stuff and suddenly you're their general. Once you get the chip, it resets. I had no idea that happened. You got that 1 token from the Caesar guy that you rejected and killed on the spot. 1 token from the Caesar guy that you rejected. Oh, yeah. There was, I was in Vegas, and then, no, you're right. Okay, I remember that. I was in Vegas, and at that point in time, I had the only Legion I had fought was the not Good Springs, but the first town you get to after Good Springs. They were like crucifying people, and I was like, "What the fuck? This is super messed up." And so I fought them there. Then I went to Vegas, and they gave me a chip, and they were like, "You're invited to come, like meet Caesar." And I was just like, "You guys seem awful. I don't want to meet Caesar. You're horrible people." I didn't know that like reset the rep with everybody. Like, yeah, it hinted that they were going to give me a chance to talk with the Legion. I didn't see an indicator that reset my rep with everyone. And then, yeah, I ended up fighting him. It was when I went to Caesar's Island, because I had to go to the chamber under the island for Mr. House, because I was still working for Mr. House at that time, because he hadn't threatened me yet. Then I ended up having to fight, like, all of them. To be honest, I think Fallout New Vegas' main quest line is weak. The side quests and companions are what make the game shine. And unfortunately, like, I solved Rex's quest with the brain. Eddie, I couldn't figure out what to do with Eddie. Boone, I couldn't figure out how to do, like, a special quest for Boone other than when I hired him. When I found out that how tedious it was swapping from one follower to another, I didn't want to swap, so I never really tried out Raoul or Lily. Because I was like, oh, if I swap from Boone to them, I have to, like, get all the items out of Boone's inventory. I have to put them on the ground. I have to, like, get Lily and then get all the items back up and then deposit them in Lily. And I was just like, I don't want to do that. So then I just kept Boone for the rest of it. Legion Evil ending is a lot of fun. Most factions that Fallout games recruit you pretty much. You're doing random stuff. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I wish I liked it more. Again, the early and the mid game were fantastic. The late game, I feel like I slipped and fell down a slide and then I just couldn't stop. and I ended up just with this whole storyline beat that I absolutely did not care for. So I was just super disconnected at the end. And it's unfortunate, but that's just kind of how it is. I know a lot of people say that Fallout New Vegas is like the best one, and every playthrough is different. All I can say is my playthrough, I didn't like it more than the ones I've already played. Have you killed pretty much everyone you encounter? I didn't. I didn't kill... Dude, I was role-playing. So Metatron says, if you kill everyone you encounter, pretty much there isn't role-playing to do. Okay, here's the thing. If someone shoots at me with a howitzer 9 times, I barely survive, I think it's role-playing to fight back. Not go, oh, I forgive you. You're just a big old silly Billy. What can I do for you? Do you have any work? I would love to do work for you, person who just shot me 9 times. No, I think role-playing would be fighting back. I think that would be within the role. You didn't talk to the guy in front. I don't know what you're talking about. What's your rarest Steam achievement for this? Lowest % of users have it. For what? Fallout New Vegas? I have no idea. I guess no gods, no masters, 11.2. Nothing too crazy. You didn't reach the ending, more like you stumbled into a conclusion. That's a good that's a good way of phrasing it, yeah. What about when you killed everyone because someone asked you to strip? Okay, they attacked me to kill, remember? So I was going around the wasteland, and I run into the Brotherhood of Steel for the first time. And, dude, I have a picture of that one. Hold on, I saved a screenshot of that. And, let's see, right here. And he says, strip off your clothes and equipment or face execution. Dude, that's a mugging. He just walked up to me and said, show me those cheeks and give me your money. And I was like, what? No. And I was like, no. And I tried to leave, and he goes, that makes this easy. And then his people began shooting at me. I began fighting back in defense. And then, like, apparently I was right next to a compound that was like their HQ. You're walking into their house. I didn't know. It wasn't labeled. It was like there was 3 warehouses in the sand, and one of them was their house. So after I said, no, I'm not doing that, they attacked me, and then like 95 of them poured out of the compound, and then, yeah, I fought them, and I won, because they were weak. And I killed the people that were attacking me. And yeah, so I accidentally wiped out the Brotherhood of Steel, who wanted to see my cheeks. Alright? Like, dude, this isn't a sign of, like, friendship. This isn't an olive branch. This is a mugging. Like, if this is supposed to be the start of a beautiful relationship, that's bad writing. Weak? You must have been playing on normal. Yeah, I was. The only reason they had it... Dude, Metaton, all your arguments are like, you didn't know how the game was coded in the background? Oh my god, you're so noob. How did you miss that? Like, yeah. I was self-defending myself. That's flirting in Brotherhood culture? I didn't know that. Also, I wouldn't have cared. A lot of great stories in New Vegas are secondary. The Sarsaparilla treasure quest, I love it because pre-war bottle cap promotion. People think there's a mystical treasure at the end. You only get a toy badge. Lol. I did take all the blue caps I had found, and there was this one guy I used speech to. He had a necklace of blue caps, and I got all of them from him. And I turned all those in, and it wasn't enough to get anything, so I didn't find enough of them. DLC time. Hello. Hey, Kokit. The only reason they had a little info thing at the end is because you can set their base to self-destruct. Oh, I didn't see that. As a guard protecting your people, would you let guys in potentially hiding weapons? I wasn't trying to go in their base. Like, when I walked in and I realized it was their base, I tried to leave. And my options were show me those cheeks or die. There was no leave option. I didn't even want to enter their base when I realized it was their base. Like, for example, when I met the White Glove people, who I thought was a whole faction, and they were just like, hey, you gotta surrender your guns. I was like, look, I already know this is going to screw up my whole UI again, so I'm just going to say no. And they said, okay, then you gotta go. And I said, okay. And I turned around and I walked away. But why didn't you show them? No, I didn't show them. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, just... So it's people in the chat that are like, oh, well, there's not much story left if you fight everyone. No, dude, I was role-playing, and I was role-playing someone that fights back if they get shot at. And so the thing is like most of these factions, you have to forgive them for shooting at you to then begin building a relationship. The Brotherhood of Steel was like that. The Boomers were like that. The Powder Gangers were like that. And I was just like, I'm not willing to do that. I hold a grudge. So I took them out. The people that didn't shoot at me on sight, the White Gloves, the NCR, the Fellowship of the Apocalypse, Mr. House until Quest 3, I was fine with all of them. I was doing their stuff. I wish I had found more of the Apocalypse group because they seemed really nice, but I only found 2 of their quests. I didn't find more of them. You role-played a Halo game? Oh my god. I've actually never even played Halo. Same issue in Skyrim, how at the start almost nobody joined the Empire because of how the game starts. I played Skyrim through many times. I've joined both sides. But in Skyrim, it would be more accurate to say, did the, what is it? There was like, did the Thieves Guild attack you on sight? No. Did the Warriors Guild attack you on sight at first? No. Did the Mages Guild attack you on sight at first? No. Did the Companions attack you on sight at first? No. They save your life. Did the Dark Brotherhood, the Assassin Guild, kidnap you and give you a choice? But they don't attack you on sight first. It's just like 80 to 70% of the factions in this game shoot at you first, and you have to finagle your way into forgiving them in order to like unlock the side quests and stuff. And I was just like, oh, they're shooting me, I'm gonna shoot back. There was a 5-minute conversation explaining the Boomers would attack from House, NCR, and Legion. Also the guy outside of them who bets you. How did you miss all of that? I don't know what you mean, who bets you. You're welcome to watch the VODs if you like. I have a playlist on Mukluk Plays of my whole playthrough of this game. But as far as like House not liking the other people, I think I do remember that. But a guy outside of them who bets you, I'm not sure what that's about. Next game. Yeah, next game. All right. At this point, I'm just fighting one guy in chat. So yeah, anyway, that was my playthrough of Fallout New Vegas. Loved the beginning, loved the middle, didn't like the end, but that might have just been my playthrough. But unfortunately, due to having to spend 5 hours getting all the mods and stuff to stop the crashing in this game, I'm not going to do the DLCs. So yeah, gonna hang it up there.